So this morning, I'm so happy to have Deanna here with us. I'm happy all of you could be here too, don't get me wrong, but I am really happy that Deanna could do this for us. I've done a couple of these. We had Jeanette Dingy, one of our therapists, do one of these last week. Dr. Mark Maluga did one. I figure people need to see something other than just my face. So it's people just jumping in, and Deanna is just a good egg person whom I've known for a long time. She is actually the owner of a company called Intercultural Talk, and she specializes in marketing. She actually is the person who helps us with finding ways to get the word out about who we are and what we're doing at our practice. And Anna's also into fitness, and her thought, the reason she's doing this for us today is I think she's just kind of a good egg who is willing to donate her time, and she's trying to use whatever she has to help other people right now. And this is one of the things that she can do. So she's going to lead us in 4 exercises. Is that right, Deanna?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. So if anybody has anything you need, let me know right now. But otherwise, I'm going to mute everybody. You can choose your speaker view or your gallery view, but Deanna is in the really pretty blue, so you'll be able to track her if you have like the Hollywood squares that I have going, and people kind of as they come in are bouncing around. So I'm going to mute everybody except Deanna. So I'm going to do that right now, and then we'll get started.
Opportunity, and thank you everybody who's tuned in today. We said 30 minutes, and my nature is always it feels like an oxymoron, a jam-packed calming and relaxation session. So what I do have for you is 4 exercises. I'm just going to dive in. What I'm hoping is that these are tools that you can use. The ones that work for you are the ones that you'll use. So we're just going to dive right in. The first 2 are what I call quickies. You can do them anytime, anywhere, and for as long as you like. They're kind of great right now. They're, for example, you're maybe a brilliant person and you have all your knowledge with you, but now all of a sudden we're doing things on Zoom or on someplace else, and you start to get nervous, like, oh my gosh, this is different than I'm used to. So these are just go-to breathing exercises that you can do anytime. So for the first one, it's called the esophagus ping pong ball. And what I want you to do is just sit up nice and tall. So bring your shoulder blades together, back and down, kind of brace your core, because what I want you to do is imagine your esophagus as a tube. So whatever that looks like to you, it could be like, you know, in the hamster cage, the round tube that way. It could be a tennis ball holder. So imagine your esophagus is a tube that goes all the way from, you know, where it comes in all the way down to behind your abdomen. Inside that tube is a ping pong ball. And as you inhale, you're going to draw that ping pong ball up. And then as you exhale, that ping pong ball just goes all the way back down to the bottom of that tube. So let's try that one a few times. So again, as you breathe in, you're going to bring the ping pong ball up. Holding it right at the top, and then exhale. And push it back down to behind your abdomen. You can do this with eyes open or closed. Breathing in, bringing it up. Let's each just do it on our own 3 more times. So imagine that ping pong ball breathing up. And breathing one more time. What's another thing nice about this one, if you're doing it with your eyes open, nobody even knows you're doing it. So you could be here just I know when we're back in the real world, I always like to give applications for it. If you ever have to speak before groups and you get that moment nervousness, it's the one that you can go to anytime you just feel like something coming on and you just want to calm yourself for a minute. So that one is the esophagus ping pong ball. The second exercise is along the same lines, and this is just it's balloon breathing. And I've seen it's sort of like diaphragmatic breathing. I hesitate to say that because this is the non-clinical version of that. It's balloon breathing. All I want you to do now is imagine, just for a minute, imagine that you've got a balloon, a deflated balloon right behind your belly button. So deflated balloon right behind your belly button. Any color is fine. This time with the breathing, what you're going to do is fill the balloon. So here we go. You're just going to breathe in. And again, each time breathing in, filling that balloon as big as you can. What I like about this one is it gives I don't know, I'm a compulsive stomach holder inner. And so what this one does is it makes you stop that for a minute. So again, those shoulders are down, sit nice and tall, maybe hands are on, if you have the armchair holders. Breathe in and just let your stomach go out as far as you can as you blow that balloon up. We'll do it each a few more times on our own. So that's another one that you can do, eyes open, eyes closed, really any time that you just feel that you just want to calm down for a minute. And again, that one's really nice because it lets you get that breath. When you breathe in through your nose, we have the natural cleansing action through our nose. Just that cleansing air comes in, really just letting your stomach go so you're not thinking about anything self-consciously and then exhaling. So those two are what I call just the quickie ones that you can do anytime, anywhere. It could literally right now be because you're still finishing dinner and everyone's running in and wanting to set up right now. So those are just ones that you can do right to keep calm in the moment. Okay. So I've got two more for you. These come from, they're inspired or based on, kind of drawn from Thich Nhat Hanh, who is he is a Buddhist monk. And I got these from his book, The Miracle of Mindfulness. And I love it. It's along the ideas of when you wash the dishes, wash the dishes. And it's the idea of just being fully present in what you're doing. And he does that by being really conscious of your breathing. And this first one, and I'm only laughing because I'll tell you my practical applications for it. This first one has to do when you're actually communicating with other people. And I don't know if you ever have that instance where you feel great, you feel like everything you're saying is really nice, and no matter what you say, it feels like the other person is just interpreting it just differently. And all of a sudden you're in this situation that's escalating, and in your mind you're like, wait, but I'm being nice, I don't get it. So what Thich Nhat Hanh sometimes says is the idea is to let go of the outcome. So I'm going to ease you into this exercise. Let me give you the facial things first, and I'll tell you what we're going to say as we do it. So you can do this eyes open or eyes closed. I always like to bring those shoulders just as far from your ears as you can. As you breathe in, just say to yourself, I am inhaling. And as you breathe out, say to yourself, I am exhaling. Just let a half smile come to your face. Just let your lips curl up at the corners. Inhaling, I am inhaling. And exhaling, I am exhaling. What we're adding to that is the word positive outcomes. Because in these situations, you want things to be good at the end. It's just not working that way. So with that half smile and that deep breath, as you breathe in, you say to yourself, I am inhaling positive outcomes. I am exhaling positive outcomes. Breathing in, saying to yourself, I am inhaling positive outcomes. I am exhaling positive outcomes. Let's try that one each on our own a few times. So quietly to yourself, I am inhaling positive outcomes. I am exhaling positive outcomes. Breathing in, I am inhaling positive outcomes. So a few things with that one. Actually, one thing is I realized the more I deeply breathe, I'm going to forget that I'm actually leading the session because I'm going to get so relaxed. I'm like, oh, wait, that's right, it's me. So what I like about the positive outcomes one is, one, if you actually are in a meeting, you're in a group setting, clearly you can do that with your eyes open right in front of everyone, nobody knows. And just even in the process of taking a moment to breathe, it will, one, sometimes have you focused on listening more because you're not speaking while you're breathing. And then just that idea of positive outcomes ends up, it can sometimes just bring, like, maybe you guys were arguing A and B and all of a sudden C comes to your mind. The other place where, and again, I'm smiling, is the other place where that exercise can be helpful is if you tell the other person that you do it. I can just think of times where my husband and I, we're all just so close now, in proximity. And so we're actually not upset with each other, but it's not clicking. And so we'll actually say out loud in front of each other, I am inhaling positive outcomes. I am exhaling positive outcomes. And just the act of doing that out loud to each other kind of gets both of you to laugh and back off, and know that we're fine and we just need to, roll back a little. So, all right. So we have one more exercise. This one, we are going to go a little bit deeper into to let you get to that state of relaxation. This one, as Margaret said, I do teach fitness. Sometimes I will substitute, like for a yoga class or something, or a relaxation class. I like to use it at the end of class. But also, and this can be true anytime life gets a little bit crazy, sometimes when you lie down in bed at night, your body is just exhausted and wants to sleep and your mind won't turn off. So this is a really good one to do just when you're lying in bed with your eyes closed, and just to help you fall asleep. Or, as we're going to do right now, just to relax. So this one, again, is from the Thich Nhat Hanh family of the Miracle of Mindfulness. We're going to start the same, but since we are going to fully relax, let's get a little bit comfortable. And what I want you to do, your choice, eyes open or closed, but I want you just to be aware of where your body is in space. So starting with those deep breaths, just breathing in through your nose all the way to your abdomen. And exhale. And starting every time you inhale, say to yourself, I am inhaling. And every time you exhale, say to yourself, I am exhaling. Breathing in, I am inhaling. Breathing out, I am exhaling. As you breathe in, feel your feet on the floor, or maybe they're up on a bench, but feel your feet where they are. Feel where they contact the ground or the surface. Inhaling. And just check in with your body as you move up. Your calves, what are they touching? What do they feel? You can feel your thighs against the chair. Moving up your body, your back against the back of the chair. Dropping those shoulders away from your ears. Breathing in, I'm inhaling. Breathing out, I'm exhaling. If your eyes are closed, think of just looking at the inside of your eyelids. Just looking right at the inside of your eyelids. Breathing in, I am inhaling. Breathing out, I am exhaling. Take your fingers and just pull your eyebrows away from each other. Just any wrinkles or stress that you might be holding in your brow, just pull it apart, relax your brow. Breathing in, I am inhaling. Breathing out, I am exhaling. Let that half smile come to your face as the corners of your mouth turn up. Breathing in, I am inhaling. Breathing out, I am exhaling. Adding on to our meditation as we breathe in, saying to yourself, I am inhaling joy and relaxation. As you exhale, saying to yourself, I am exhaling joy and relaxation. Inhaling, I am inhaling joy and relaxation. Exhaling, I am exhaling joy and relaxation. Continuing that to ourselves in silence as you breathe in, saying to yourself, I am inhaling joy and relaxation. Exhaling, I am exhaling joy and relaxation. Continuing on your own in silence. Give yourself one last big deep breath in, inhaling joy and relaxation. And exhaling joy and relaxation. Just wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. When you're ready, go ahead and stretch the muscles on your face. When you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. So with that exercise, again, it's great when you're going to bed at night. It's also a way, hopefully you're feeling really relaxed and sort of rested from a short exercise. So it can also just be right in the middle of the day, almost as a power nap. And one other way I really like to use it as well, and this also as often as I'm going to bed, but let's say there's something that's troubling you. It could be, or just something you want to solve. It could be just something that you're trying to ponder. I'm going to use Margot since she's here as a client, but let's say I'm working on a project for Margot and I want it to be the best that it can be, or I want it to, to work, or maybe there's an obstacle to it. So you can always just ponder whatever that is. So I might say I'm inhaling, I'm going to joke, I'm inhaling teletherapy, I'm exhaling teletherapy. And so even just by doing that breathing exercise with that one word, what may happen is it may just open my mind to, hey, I never thought about, we could get the word out this way, or we could do it that way. So it's a great exercise also just to help open pathways and come up with different solutions to think about things.
A great way, when I teach people breathing, I tend to use the words diaphragmatic breathing. But if you talk about it as a ping pong ball or a balloon, thinking about just for ourselves, it's kind of user-friendly language, but especially with kids, we're getting so many calls right now for kids who are so anxious. And these are some things maybe people can think about to share with kids that they know. Maybe they can practice just moving the ping pong ball or inflating the balloon. I love that imagery. And letting go of your stomach, let me tell you. So, I don't know, women and men, how often you're aware of this or if you do this, but I remember going to a training, it had to be 20 years ago. And the instructor, I think, as is true in a lot of psychology trainings, there were a couple of men and it was mostly women. And the trainer was saying, all right, we're going to do these breathing exercises. This is before they were quite so popular. And they said, in women, you've got to let go of your stomachs. And each of us was like, and since then, I feel like I really have kind of let go of that. And oh my gosh, our holding of our stomach will cue our nervous system to do more shallow breathing, which makes us feel more anxious. So in addition to, whatever else happens for you when you just let it go, you also are going to cue your system that you're safe. So thank you everybody for coming. We'll be back.
Thank you.
Deanna, thank you so much for doing this.
Pleasure.
If anybody wants to get in touch with Deanna, you can reach her at interculturaltalk, all one word, .com, interculturaltalk.com, or if you don't write that down and want to connect her, send something to us at info@junipercenter.com and we'll route it to her. Deanna, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.